Anyway, where were we?
Is it on me?
Oh, here we
Wow. There's the ego.
Yeah, here we are. Sorry, so should we leave?
Hello and welcome to a special episode. Today we're celebrating 10,000 subscribers. It's incredible. This year has been amazing in terms of my growth in the channel and the experience that I've had with all of you. It's just been amazing and I can't wait to see what next year brings. If you remember the 1,000 subscriber special, I had my brother-in-law Andre with me and we were tasting some peppers. We had good fun on that episode and I did promise that if I reach 10,000 subscribers that we'll be doing it again. And I'm doing it again, but in a little bit of a different way. I thought that it'd be a good idea to take a look back at some of the sources I've created over the last year and a half. So we have Andre, who you've met already, and we also have my brother Steve. Here are 8 sources that I've made over the last year and a half. And I've done videos on all of these. So as we go through these, I will link to them up above and I will put them down in the description as well. I've lined them up in what I think is the right heat level. So on the right here, we have the cooler ones, the not so spicy ones. And as we move over here, we have some really silly spicy ones. Smoked Peppadew, let's start with that. There we go, we'll start over there.
Lovely. Is it hot?
It's Peppadew, so it's not going to be that hot.
On the chicken.
On the chicken. Okay. I reached out to you guys and I asked you guys to give me some questions. So it's time to get some food in us and then we'll start answering a few questions.
We're just going to wing it. Thanks.
A little bit of spice.
Nice wings. It's nice.
I like this sauce. It's really good.
Nice.
It's good.
Good for eggs.
I mean, I have to say, I could probably
It's light.
deal with that on a daily basis.
So you'll like this one, I think, Andre, because this has coffee in it. Although he's a coffee lover, he just doesn't get why you'd put coffee in a hot sauce.
That just ruins coffee.
So how much coffee is in there?
Not a lot. I think it was about 2 spoons. This isn't a burner, but it's got a bit of spice.
Sean, that's what you've said about all of them.
Yeah.
It doesn't burn, but then it pulls up a little bit. It's still not terribly hot.
No. I'm
How's it for you, Andre?
Lol.
I hope they're not all this. Not dull, but not so hot.
My brother doesn't seem to think that these ones over here are going to hurt. They are going to hurt.
You can taste it's chili.
You can taste there's coffee in it.
Okay, so this is the normal hot blazing buffalo hot sauce. I have had this recently, so I know exactly what it's going to taste like.
I do like those. That's good. That's like a wing sauce. You expect from a wing.
Yeah, the tangy, the vinegary.
Like when we used to eat Frank's hot sauce.
Yeah, it's a little bit hotter than Frank's. I'd say it's about the heat of an extra hot Frank's.
Yeah, the hottest Frank's.
What do you think of that?
I think that's less hot than that one.
You reckon?
The other one's more harsh.
Yeah.
More raw. So this here is the stupid hot version. So the same blazing buffalo, but quite a few more 7-pot habaneros, I think it was. Definitely more heat. You can smell the heat when it comes up to your face.
That's fruity.
It's the 7-pot habanero. It's pretty nice.
That's my
good.
favourite so far.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the flavour of it. But it
The
is...
heat?
It's hot. I'm not going to lie about that.
Is it manageable? Would you have it
No, look.
on
it's-
purpose?
Yeah, I could have it. It's just not an everyday thing for me, I don't think. But I think if you use it in something like a
Big pot of soup.
curry or poiki, it might go well on a poiki, to be honest. I think a little bit of it.
Nice.
It's actually got some good
Leaves
flavour.
an afterburn, a long lingering burn. Which is
Yeah, that's
nice.
great.
Yeah, I like that.
Before we move on to the super hots, let's answer some questions.
When did you start growing chilies?
I started growing chilies in around 2006, I think it was. The Bhut Jolokia had just been announced as a record winner in the Guinness Book of Records as the hottest pepper in the world. I think the interest started really growing from that point onwards. And I'd always liked chili peppers. I'd always liked the heat. We've been eating hot stuff all our lives.
Yeah.
I'd never really grown peppers and really think about it. In South Africa, you don't grow them on purpose, really. They're just bushes. We used to have a bush on our farm with peppers.
The birds drop the seeds and they grow.
Exactly. There was no effort to it. It's a little bit different in the UK.
I think they grew up in a different part of South Africa than I did. Just going to put that out there.
The hardier
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
No.
Let's get on with the
Well, before we do that,
Jolokia.
so are all of these fermented?
Yeah, so I ferment most of my hot sauces. I do make some that I don't ferment. The reason I ferment is it's because it tastes better in my mind, and also the main reason is because I feel that the sauces are a lot safer. I can keep them for longer. Some of these sauces, I mean, this one here I made October 2017, and it's still as healthy as the day that I bottled it. So yeah, this one, I can't remember exactly what I put in here, but I remember it being, I think it was thyme.
Oh, good.
A lot of time.
I think I put thyme in here.
Effort.
So you use herbs in your
Sometimes.
sauces as well? Because there's no bits in this one.
No. So some of the super hots, I tend to try and just get the pure flavor of the super hot peppers themselves.
What does it smell? Was it off?
Oh, it smells good. Smell that a lot. Oh, jeez.
That's nice. So you can smell the herbs. Is that warm?
There's I can actually taste. I remember now. I put some aniseed in there.
I was going to say, I can smell a bit of licorice.
Yeah, it's nice. So give that a try.
Woo!
Oh, well, if he says that, I'm scared.
It's a big jump from there to there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there is. These are what you would consider super hots. Everything from this side. Okay,
Right, that's got a bite.
enjoy.
Just
The flavor's good though. I think at least.
I can't hide it.
That's definitely a step up there.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's like eating a green pepper or a red pepper.
Okay. So brother-in-law can't taste the heat. I can. Yeah,
That's burning.
That's cooking.
That's building and building.
He's maybe,
Seriously, what is wrong with you?
maybe there's something wrong there.
I told you, your taste buds get knackered from all of those.
He's been practicing, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been eating super hots. That's why I can eat that stuff. That's
Is that
hot.
not burning? Are you kidding?
Of course it's burning. It's a sauce. It's a chili sauce.
No, that one's warm, eh?
That's the whole point of it.
Red and white, but Jolokia.
It's just a little bit slower than the
sauce
others.
12 years ago. Well,
Hottest peppers 12 years ago.
That's nice.
So let's answer a couple more questions, I think.
I got one. Yeah, bring back your brother-in-law,
I'm back. Can
I
I go
brought
now?
back my brother-in-law.
There he is.
Who was that? Who asked that?
Kevin Matthew.
Kevin Matthew. You've got him. Here he is.
Thanks, Kevin. Love you, man. What are some other must-try ingredients?
Well, perfect time
Cream.
to be talking about that.
No?
So, like I did in this one, I tried a few interesting things. So the aniseed. I can't remember the other things that are in here. I do like using thyme, and rosemary's another one, really nice. Cardamom is one that I've used in the recent one that I'll definitely be using again. Give that a try in your next sauce. It is just seriously good. Okay, next one. Let's
Hang on, I got one there. Rye Kowalski,
yeah.
Polish hot sauce, says, what was your first variety of hot peppers, and do you like vodka?
I like vodka. I don't know what that has to do with my hot sauces or my peppers, but yes, I like vodka. Maybe I'll do a pepper-infused vodka one day. There might be something
I think what he's
interesting.
trying to ask is, are you drunk when you'd make these?
I think I need to be.
Especially those.
Especially this one.
My first variety of pepper, I think it was the Bhut Jolokia that I grew on purpose. So yeah, it was this start here. It was back in 2006 when I started growing peppers. But back on the farm where we used to live, we had bird's eye, peri style. We had a massive bush right outside our front.
Right outside the front.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a Nagabrain chocolate. Let's give this a go. And again, this is another one from last year, October 2017. So again, this is why I ferment my hot
So is
sauces.
that shelf stable?
It can sit out on the shelf, no problem.
I think stay in the fridge for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Put it back
It
in the
lasted a
fridge.
couple of years, but let's give it a go.
Wow. You're in for a lot. This isn't good. Sean, this is hot. Wow.
I'm not going to lie.
That's nice.
It's more... manageable in the sauce than it was from the whole chili. Oh, the hiccups are starting. Awesome.
Yeah.
Why are you having more?
You're not going in for
Sorry.
a second?
No. No, because my nose is running already.
That even tastes like fire.
That's like a hammer.
Tastes
in the
like
mouth.
a cooking taste.
It's a violent sort of.
And imagine this is what it would feel like if you had to swallow a bee's nest.
Right, that's hot.
That heat is
I've got some
Still-
questions.
building out.
I went to go and cry in a corner.
Right, I've got a bunch of Bhut Jolokias. Have you ever made a sauce out of super hot? Would it be a waste? That was Carl Jagagia.
Do you write this, Steve?
Carl? That's what you've done. It's beautiful.
Yes, I've made sauces with super hot.
You know what's nice? Is that the endorphins.
The endorphins really. Well, I get asked that question. I think one of the questions in the questions I got from you guys is, why do I do this? Why do I eat super hots? And why do people eat super hots?
Wow.
The endorphin rush it's a real thing.
Anyway.
Next one. This one here. This is a killer. 7-pot Primo. And again, October 2017. You ready?
Yeah.
You go first.
Thank you.
While Steve's doing that, do I ask you a question?
Sure.
So, there's a question here that kind of
Loaded.
appealed to me, purely because I do like my whiskey. So, Fred Galagos, if I've not pronounced that right, I'm sorry, asked, do you have any experience on making sauces with bourbon?
I don't think I've made any sauce with alcohol even, but if you look at the way that Tabasco is made, the Jack Daniel's distillery, their old barrels, they send them over to Avery Island where they make Tabasco hot sauce, and the peppers are fermented inside those barrels, and it pulls in some beautiful flavors. So I'm going to try some sauces next year using wood chips from a Jack Daniel's barrel, and we'll see what we get from that.
You know you're in trouble when you can smell it, and you can tell just by smelling it that it's not going to go well.
This is a problem. I've got a problem now.
I'm going to have a problem in the morning,
Enjoy.
or later when I go home.
This is awful.
Jeez.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That one, never have again. That I might have again.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think that? I think this is hotter than Nagabrain. It's more aggressive. It's more like someone stabbing my
This is harsher.
Really?
That's a thug.
I prefer that.
That's a serial assassin.
Oh, that's building
Can
again.
we go back to this?
Ice cream, anyone?
So this one here, this is a good mix of very, very hot peppers, including the 7-pot habanero, also the Carolina Reaper.
I'm going to go back to the Naga. That 7-pot Primo was hot.
I'm going to go back to Nando's Lemon and Herb.
Oh, I'm not living. Wow.
That's,
And look at
smells
that.
hot.
Look at the.
How much are you putting on?
you sure about that, dude?
Here we go. Give that to Andre.
Oh, thanks.
Let's give it a go.
Look forward to this one.
Oh, this is not going to be pretty in any way, shape, or form.
I feel like just not eating this. I'm watching you.
Oh. What do you think of the flavors of it? It's
Nice
quite a
flavour.
good flavor.
I like the flavour.
what's happening?
Me, the tears are actually burning my skin now.
That to me is the hottest.
Is it?
What's the one down from the...
And I thought that.
Oh, that one again.
I thought that the Nagabrain was hotter than the
That's
7-pot.
hot. That's hot. I think it's now all hot.
Oh, this is what I was saying.
Oh, my face is burning. If you could only grow one pepper this coming season, and I know you've got a polytunnel coming, which one would you choose and why?
That's a tough one. If you had asked me this at the beginning of the year, I would have If you had asked me that in the beginning of the year, I would have said,
You would have said,
is that building?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure whether there's food that can go into our mouth or not.
my eyes.
You are.
I think it's coming through my skin.
Try not breathe.
You guys are such girls.
So if you could grow one chili and why?
If you...
I know.
If you'd asked me...
Jalapeno.
Bell pepper. If you'd asked me in the beginning of the year, I would have said peri peri.
Can't see.
You got it
Why is he alright?
right? I'm not alright.
The same the last time.
It's not right.
You guys are big girls.
I would have said that peri peri at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But now maybe the cayenne. I really like the cayenne.
It's lovely. Where is it here?
It's such a good flavored pepper. I mean, there's a reason the cayenne is so popular. But the peri peri is just such a versatile one. I eat so much peri peri chicken.
It's almost sweet.
I eat a lot of peri peri chicken. So the bird's eye or the peri peri pepper is just something I use a lot of. But yeah, probably, I don't know, it'd be between the cayenne and the peri peri, but most likely the peri peri.
Definitely the peri peri. What were you saying?
Peri peri.
Peri peri.
Next question.
How did you end up in the UK?
Actually, I was born in Zimbabwe, or Rhodesia at the time. I moved to South Africa when I was quite young and lived there till I was about 21, and then moved over to the UK. Just wanted to stretch my wings and see what opportunities lay ahead.
So, Sean, does fermentation drastically change a sauce's taste?
Yes.
How?
Yeah, it does. It does change the taste, and it's difficult to explain until you've had a fermented hot sauce. It kind of mellows the raw pepper flavor, so I call it the green flavor. It preserves them nicely, and I just enjoy fermenting. It's good fun to actually do it.
There's a question here from Ruby Sefton Villagers. When you start your peppers, do you pre-soak them from seeds?
Actually, I do. I'm not sure, Ruby, if you've seen my beginner's guide series, which actually was inspired by my brother. He mentioned one day he wanted to do a series on, the very basics of growing peppers. So I made that series actually this year, 2018, and I go through the whole process from seed right to the end to making an actual sauce.
What pot sizes? What pot sizes do you recommend for different stages? And how can you tell when to move on to bigger pots?
I'm actually going to do something a bit different this year.
Don't grow chili.
Yeah, I'm going to grow carrots.
Awesome.
No, so last year, if you'd followed my season, you would have noticed I think I changed pots about 4 times or 5 times. And
That's gone hotter.
yeah, that's hot. I changed pots about 4 or 5 times, and this year I'm going to do it a bit fewer times than that, just because I have, last year 50 plants. This year I'm going to be closer to 70 or 80, even 90 plants.
More chilies.
But for next year I have a polytunnel as well, so I've really increased my grow space, and I'll be able to grow quite a few more peppers. And if I'm having to pot up so many peppers, it gets a bit difficult. And this year I'll probably pot up, I'll start the seeds in seed trays, and then I'll pot up to maybe 1 litre pots. From the 1 litre pots I'll go straight to whatever my final pot is, which typically is a 10 litre, maybe a 12 or a 15 litre, so not much more than that. And purely a limitation on my grow space. There are some peppers that do very well in much bigger pot size, or like we'll see this year, I'm going to be able to do some comparisons of some peppers growing in the ground, because in the polytunnel we're not going to have pots and it's going to be straight in the ground. We'll see the difference, what that makes. Some plants can get really big.
I've got a question here from Duct Tape. Awesome name. It's
Duct tape.
Yeah, Duct Tape. As in the tape. He would kind of love to see a video along the lines of choosing chilies, which chilies to grow, and which ones would be better and easier to do. But with that is, what are the flavour profiles of some popular types? Which types have similar flavours? Are super hots generally fruity? Or are chocolates hotter than yellow or red flavours? Do chocolates taste different than reds or yellows? And general flavour differences between... Oh, that's something that I don't know what that is.
Capsicum annuums.
What he says?
Capsicum chinense.
Yeah, that's no way how I would have pronounced it, but anyway. And which are easy or super chilies or harder to grow? Do you want to go? I don't think you were paying attention to what I was telling you.
I'm trying. I can't concentrate.
Tears are burning.
Didn't think this through, did you?
Oh, that's so good.
You guys moan a lot. I do need to stipulate that I've not had as much as they have.
Okay, so...
Sorry, I'll drink
Okay, so this question. I'll first answer which are easy. See you soon. Which... the 7-pot, I think, is what kills me. The easy... The super chilies... The super chilies are really easy and...
Sorry. What was easy?
Damn you, duct tape. Ask me yes/no questions. The super chilies are really easy, so in my beginner's guide, that's the pepper that I suggest growing because it's really easy. And you get very quick fruiting, and they tend to give you a lot of harvest. So really nice pepper to grow and very easy.
Right.
Flavor differences. So the annuums and the chinense are very different. Chinense, some of the 7-pot habanero, like we've said tonight, are very fruity.
Very fruity.
Got a fruity profile. The 7-pot Primo, again, not really fruity, but it's a good flavor, very good flavor. The Bhut Jolokia is actually a really good flavor.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a nice one.
Where it is now. Not like
Well, I hope that answered most of the question.
What was the question?
You're crying there, Steve.
Yeah, no, I'm too hot now. I think I'm alright. I can eat anything now. I'm done. I've gone past it.
No. So, I thought that was quite a good question from Matt Walton. What factors go into deciding between a brine ferment and a mash ferment?
There isn't really a lot that goes into me deciding whether I do a brine fermentation or a mash fermentation. Mainly it's about how much of the flavors do I want to actually stick around in the sauces. So you'll notice, and I can't remember exactly which ones here, but the sauces that I did a brine fermentation, which I used big chunks of peppers. Typically, a lot more of the flavor, the raw flavor, sticks around if you don't ferment it as long. When you do a mash fermentation, everything ferments quite a lot quicker and more thoroughly. So, if you want your fermentation to happen quicker, then I would I would say go with a mash. Sometimes, like with the brine fermentation, when I add extras in, like garlic, I might just lightly crush the garlic, so just give it a bit of a crush, not break it up into small pieces, and stick that into the fermentation, into the brine fermentation. So when I blend it at the end, it keeps a bit more of the raw garlic flavor as well. So it really is up to you. It's a bit easier to keep a brine fermentation healthy, especially in the beginning if you submerge things below the brine liquid, although I don't really do that too much. I'm not too worried about that because of how I do it. So watch some more videos and you'll see. But it really is just how I feel on the day, what type of fermentation I want to do. So are there any more questions? Did you have any more?
I can't see. Sorry.
I'm not sure if you answered this one already, but this one. Gavin van Dam. When fermenting, what is the best way to judge if things are going right? He's got 2 bottles fermenting at the moment. One is a week old now. Was at the time. The one is smelling great. The other one has a little camise on the top, but it's just not smelling right. You may ditch it.
You know, how do you tell whether your fermentation is still healthy? And that's a common question I get asked. I actually made a video on this, which I'll again link up above here. Calm yeast is not a problem generally. It can give you a bit of a weird smell. It shouldn't smell too bad. You can really tell when a fermentation has gone bad. You smell like a mold sort of smell. The health of your fermentation, the smell is your number one thing. If you think it doesn't smell right, it's better to just ditch it. Don't mess around with these sort of things. You don't
take any chances.
You don't want to take chances.
Never take a chance.
I think we're all done for the night.
Oh,
I am
completely
numb.
Comfortably numb?
I need to go and wash my face and my mouth out. But thank you so much. 10,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. And thank you.
Don't promise anymore.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. That's fine.
I look forward to entertaining you guys over the next year and the next coming years. And I'll speak to you on the next video. So until then, bye-bye for now.
Now I've got a question. What happens if you hit 10,000 subscribers in January? And you just said next year?